Dear colleagues, welcome please to our institute, the International Scientific Research Institute of Cosmic Art Anthropology. We are very glad to invite you in our scientific kitchen, and I am very glad also to dedicate my presentation to light memory of very famous for my heart and for all society, memory of Jacques Benveniste. I know Jacques directly during our visit in Paris in the end of last century. We visited the laboratory Benveniste together with academician Kazanachev. It was a pleasure to feel brain and consciousness, no standard, vanguard consciousness for the cost of future. Memory of Benveniste. Memory is connected with memory of water. And I think what he is very famous, not only very famous immunologist, he is very famous scientist for basis of homeopathy. Because mechanism of memory of water was confirmed very many times. And we continue with investigation in our institute with using a special device. Behind me you observe great cosmic mirrors. Here it is a portable device. We use exposition of water inside this device for receiving water after open space excursion. With water, during exposition with device, concentrated energy time, according to Nikolai Kozyrev. After this energy time, energy of life, we conduct to living matter. I want to demonstrate it with, and before our presentation, we put a bottle of water inside this device. Now I take out this bottle, you see this, and put this small tree without energy time now. So, after you drink water, you could observe result. It is so scientific miracle maybe, but for us it is a new scientific reality. Now it is a living cosmic water, and our presentation must be dedicated, how I said earlier, to Jacques Benveniste and vanguard investigation of our institute, because we had special agreement between ISRICA and laboratory of Jacques Benveniste. Welcome please to our presentation. It was like scientific legend how appeared the ocean on our planet. Across ice comet during milliard years ago, ice from comet arrived to our planet, and water concentrated around and inside our planet. Created a system of memory of living cosmic water, and we attempt return with memory to our civilization, to return possibility to use not only clean, but to use living cosmic water. You see, how I said earlier, is Jacques Benveniste so far from our meeting in his laboratory. I remember this meeting very, very well. We received a special award dedicated Jacques Benveniste. We received this award for cycle of investigation of our institute during of scientific international conference Cosmos and Biosphere in Cocteau. It was 5 years ago. We continue this work, and our institute, how I said, ISRICA, International Scientific Research Institute Cosmic Anthropology, was created new type of water, treated into hypergeomagnetic field, so as open space. And our aim was studying the influence of this water as a possible yellow neuroprotector on the plants, animals, and several hemodynamic and psychophysiological conditions of the volunteers. Before you, our device, with symbolic name Aquavita. Now it is another name. I want to present to you name Matrix Water, a new Russian company, Matrix. Now we collaborated with this company, our institute. We received patent, Russian patent, about means with yellow magnetoprotective quality. It is a very good possibility to create scientific basis for this investigation. Before you, our new product with line. It is no correct name of this product. It is discussed now. What is a line of product? Matrix Water. If you study this water across luminescent microscope, we can observe difference between ordinary water and water after exposition in our device, after trip in open space. You observe how change size of cluster structure of water. With using a new modern method of high effectivity chronometry, we studied cluster structure of control and our yellow protective water. You observe difference. Red, it is experimental water after exposition in our device, and blue, it is control water. We observe main after exposition appeared long-term, long-living water cluster. It is not simple to create long-term, long-living cluster. We realized this. After this, we test with water in different experimental models. You see here in the beginning a result of using on the plants. You know what plants is autotrophy system. Across chlorophyll synthesis, plants use sun energy for synthesis processes. Here we observe difference. Two groups, plants that use our water, it is first line, horizontal, and control group of plants without using our water, it is control water. We observe correlation, correlative dependence between speed of growth of these plants and intensity of proton components of solar corpuscular streams, proton with different energy. We observe that all position of our experimental plants was depend from intensity of streams proton with different energy. It is very important. Across our water, increase autotrophicity possibilities of living system we created, so as symbolic name, autotrophicity water. We continue our experiments on the animals. Special group of rats you know what rats have a limited of longevity of life, no more than 2 years. And with using of our water, we studied different systems, different nuclear synthesis of albumin, etc., different hormones in organism of animals, 2 groups, 1 control group and 2 experimental group. You observe difference. Control group level, for example, testosterone, 4.1, and 2 experimental groups. It is impossible to understand, but increase the level of testosterone approximately in 3 times. You observe number of level of testosterone and second experimental group. Increase level of aldosterone, corticosterone, progesterone, etc., etc. All by a system including process intensivity of synthesis. This anabolic process across our autotrophicity water. With using modern methods of analysis, stable isotope of carbon-13 and carbon-12, you know what our organism decrease level of carbon-12 during our life. After using our water, you observe here, we increase level of carbon-12 approximately in 3 or 4 times difference of control group. Organism change level of biothermodynamic processes. Organism return to more young period. You know what to the end of our life we stay without carbon-12. We speak, no, stop time. We have unique possibility across new water return biothermodynamic process on the level of young organism. You see a level of carbon-12 and carbon-13 after using our water. Organism increased synthesis of carbon-12. Ordinary, how I said earlier, organism decreased level of this carbon, stable isotope of carbon. We return to our new product. We believe it is a very big perspective, a new horizon for prophylactic as protective water for different levels of using this water. Now we could demonstrate it for you, some result with using volunteers group. You present our volunteers. We present for you our methods and tools for registration of cardiovascular dynamic. It is modern devices, tonocord, with use of Institute of Cosmic Investigation for our cosmonaut, computer psychotest device, etc. Our design used special observation for 2 groups, before and after using control water and experimental water. We measure for our volunteers blood pressure, cardiac rhythm, pulse wave velocity, and endothelial function. So, we registered also neurophysiological processes, speed. It is very important how understand level of entropy and negentropy during using different types of our water. What the result? Please. How depends functional dependence of cardiovascular parameters on proton and electron flux in background research, and after this I demonstrated for you experimental group. Observe please here, I show this line, significant correlation coefficient between a level of endothelial function and
Intensivity of protons, different energy. Very important for us. Cardiovascular system of our volunteers work in direct dependence from with corpuscular streams of our sun. And not only from sun and from galaxy. Proton with energy more 100 MeV, it is galactic protons. Observe this background research. Here it is experimental research. You observe how change level of correlative dependence. Now endothelial function of our cardiovascular system no depends from these streams of corpuscular protons. You see, arytone, control group, significant correlative dependence, and experimental group after using our water. Now our cardiovascular system free from pressing of corpuscular energies. It's very important. After this we can say about protective quality of our water. Here you observe difference between background and experimental across change correlation between cardiovascular state and solar proton flux. I said about this in the data on the table. So, but sun continue storms. Every month, explosion, follow another explosion, solar wind go to our planet with very strong result for all biosystem. How I said earlier, solar water decreased with direct correlation between endothelial function and heliophys factors. This is helioprotective effect number 1. Very important for us, what across using this water, human organism received unique possibility for reaction before magnetic or sun wind storm, before 48 hours. No events on the sun, but organism ready to this meeting. Level of adaptation increase. We use for our technology special water, and Matrix company think about new type of product, helioprotective ice, because across ice we can include in water energy time according Kozyrev hypothesis. How I said, after using this water, organism go on the level of forecast of cosmic solar events. Here result how change interdependence by cosmical dynamics, and I want to say you also one interesting moment, how change psychophysiological parameters and dependence from proton-electron flux in background, in this table, background level, no experimental water, and we have not dependence, forecast dependence from solar wind. Next is experimental research. You see how change entropy of our brain with you see, it is negative dependence and negative correlation of different neurophysiological parameters, negative, significant but negative, from galactic protons and solar electrons. Arytone environment, background, no depends, only positive correlation, neurophysiological parameters, and positive entropy. It is very, very important. Entropy is chaos, like chaos. Galactic energy and solar energy increase chaos in our organism. After using our protective water, you observe how change situation. Entropy decrease, increase negentropy process. How decrease, order increase. So, how small conclusion, physiological probing was proved the effectiveness of hyper-geoholographically treated water, like symbolic name solar water, as a helioprotector. Solar water facilities will improvement the human body's cardiovascular and higher nervous system, as well as decrease in their dependence on helophysical environments. The use of solar water activities, mechanisms of genetic and epigenetic body across intercells water memory. We continue what founded Jacques Benveniste, and we confirm he was right. Now we received modern new data, how change protective quality of our water, how our nervous system use protective safeguard from solar activity. We using our investigation inside big cosref mirrors. With using crown brain methods, carrion registration, we received very interesting result. How influence solar water on the dependence of parameters, very important system, epiphyse, hypothalamus, hypophyse, especially epiphyse. We see before using of water, epiphyse of our apparatus was in significant direct collective dependence from full spectrum of proton corpuscular energy. After using our water, we see second one, we have not registered significant positive. We observe no significant, but very strong negative dependence of function of epiphyse from cosmic environment. We continue our investigation on the control of different situation with using our colleagues from United States, from Professor Mark Rinker, and he registered very interesting result, how change entropy, how change gravity, how change gravitation, how change level of curve of space and time inside mirrors during with using our new water. We published our result in different magazines of United States. You can see these different variants, and we want to say thank you for your attention. I want to say also some words after this.
Dear colleagues, we finished our small scientific excursion to our institute, to laboratory of our institute. We attempt demonstrated to you unique possibilities of living water, and you can observe how change our tree, flowers, after receiving autotrophicity water across our treated our devices. After receiving energy time, how receive this energy all living matter in our planet, we see a real demonstration. During 20 minutes, all return to life. It is a unique possibility for us to use this water as geno, yellow and geroprotector. Speed of our aging depends from some activity on the period of prenatal development of everybody from us, especially in the period of 9 moon month of prenatal development. Here created strategy of our longevity of our life. On the basis of our scientific data, we know what people who is born in period minimal sun activity have more chance to live more. With using of our new water, with possibility increasing longevity receive everybody. So, how I said earlier, across our investigation during these last years, we not only remember about who was first in the memory of photo. This is Jack Benvenisto. We attempt and we continue this work. We believe for this work is future. We invite you to this future. Thank you very much for your attention. Success for your conference.